What are some unconventional ways to handle conflict?
I like unconventional.
Yeah.
Unconventional sounds fun. You could like throw paper airplanes across the table with little notes written on it. Ooh, you could go outside with a piece of chalk and write in the driveway so everybody knew your business.
Oh, yeah.
And then you probably wouldn't say
right?
anything as mean. It would just be like, I'm sorry
interesting.
that I did this. And you just kind of have the stream of the conversation going all the way down the sidewalk for the neighbors to read when they walk their dog.
Hold on. Before we talk about
like this.
why are we talking about unconventional ideas, right? Because I may not have a paper airplane conversation with you, but what's the purpose?
Well, you and I often talk about how we have unlimited options when it comes to handling conflict.
Yeah.
We found that people often feel trapped when it gets to conflict because they don't know what to do or they feel like they're out of options. When you realize you have tons of options on how to communicate things, you feel less trapped, it eases you up, and any option that you choose to communicate will probably come across better.
Yeah, so often we feel like we can either speak about the issue or we can stay quiet. But we often forget like that our body language tells a whole lot, right? Like, well, I'm not even going to tell them I'm mad. You think that they really didn't know you were mad, right? You were stomping around, you were giving them the silent treatment. How was your day? Fine, right? You think they don't know that something's up, right?
They know.
Hopefully, they're emotionally intelligent enough to know. Most of the time, they know, okay? But that sometimes is a way that we are showing them conflict or we're punishing them. So if you are in conflict with someone, try to think about your options and maybe start by just brainstorming all the craziest options, right? Because you probably didn't try talking to them in a different language, sign language, right? You didn't do any of that. So there's a lot of ways that we can handle conflict. We didn't travel up to, the Empire State Building or use some place to have our conflict outside with a bunch of tourists, right? There's a lot of options.
Be creative and be curious. What if you've had something real basic and simple? What if you found that whenever you get into a disagreement or you're having a heated discussion about something, you typically do it in the kitchen? Don't do that there. Maybe go to the garage. Go for a walk. Do something different. You don't have to have the paper airplanes and the chalk and the neighborhood watch associations worried about your mental health. You don't have to do that. You can figure out something a little bit simpler. But what's unconventional? Because you're not trapped. Relationships matter, and they're also difficult. So be creative, do the work to try to figure out a different way to handle a tense situation. Because you'll find out that it helps you.
Another option for couples, if you're married. I've heard people say, fight naked.
What?
Right? I know. I don't really want to fight with my clothes off.
I don't know about this. I thought this was PG rated. All of a sudden, what's happening right now?
I'm sorry.
No, but that would throw things off.
Yeah, well, you're more humble, right? You kind of feel vulnerable, so maybe you'll be a little bit nicer. So we'll try it and let you know.
All kinds of other thoughts and jokes going on now. But yeah.
No. Okay, so you can think of ideas. You don't have to do them, right? Our goal is not that you try the ideas. The goal is that you feel like there are options. There are an unlimited number of options for the way that you can respond to your own unmet expectations. And the unmet expectations are what are breeding conflict, right? We can adjust our expectations, but I just don't expect anything from you. You are who you are. Can't teach old dogs new tricks, right? But do you hear that attitude in my mind? You're not a person who meets my needs. That's the new expectation. That's still conflict, right? It's better if we figure out what are some of our options about how to handle this situation so that we can get closer together with whomever we want to be close to.